I really like this play. I think I'm just going to ignore everything and just go in right here because that's how you play this deck. Yeah. Clash Royale. Clash Royale. Clash Royale. What's up, gamers? It's Durkee here today with another disgusting Dart Goblin deck for you to try out. I was scouring through Royale API looking for some inspiration for a new deck, and that's when I stumbled across this masterpiece of a deck. And after playing this deck for about 15 or 20 minutes, I can confirm it is very broken. And the addition of the Evo Dart Goblin is just the icing on the cake. Because every time you play your Evo Dart Goblin, it always forces out their spell, which allows you to capitalize with your Goblin Barrel and your recruits and all of your other spam. And if they don't arrows the Dart Goblin, it just gets so much value. It's like, I don't know how they're supposed to play around this card. So the summary of the Yap session is that this deck is good, Evo Dart Goblin's good, Evo recruits are still good, but you can't take my word for it because, as I always like to say, talk is cheap. So come along for the ride and I will show you that anyone can cook with this deck. Alright, into our first match of the video against Selinus. I swear I played against this guy before, but anyways, like I mentioned in the intro, this deck incredibly strong before the balance changes, still going to be incredibly strong after the balance changes. One of the easiest decks in the game to play, so if you're someone who, doesn't like to think too much, or you just feel like, early season you want to play something good and strong and just not that difficult to use, this one's pretty good. We just opted to split recruits, and we're going to support this with the Dart Goblin. And he goes in with the Mother Witch Bar Barrel. I don't hate that play, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, meh. Like, I don't think he's going to get too much off of this. So we cycled to our Evo recruits, and our cannon cart, I think, is going to survive, and we'll have a little bit of a counter push. He also just wasted his Bar Barrel, so I'm going to opt to be really aggressive with this because I know he doesn't have Bar Barrel in hand, and he doesn't have Mother Witch in hand, so defending all of this is going to be difficult. Yeah, I was going to say, he has to pick what he wants to defend, basically, and now you can see here. Ooh, okay, actually, really good defense with that Fireball. I really thought we had him in a position, but because the cannon cart died away from the tower, we don't get that much. But that's okay. Definitely worth going for. I wish in hindsight I wouldn't have popped the ability, but that's okay. We have our Evo recruits in cycle. We need to be mindful of the Mother Witch and all of that, but I think we're going to be okay. All right, because I believe that I'm up in Elixir after that interaction, I'm going to go ahead and go for the Evo recruits. And we're going to go Dart Goblin really low here, like kind of towards the King Tower. Just to help DPS this down. I don't want to take too much damage from the pigs. Like, I mean, those pigs are still going to go to work, but... Alright, we're going to let this go. Going to kind of let this play out to see if I want to support it further. Cannon cart actually keeps the Dart Goblin alive. I don't know if you noticed, I kind of went silent because I really had to lock in to try and make sure that my cannon cart locks onto the tower. We're going to speed it up with the guards, and now he has no elixir for that. He can go in for a late Fireball, but that's about it. We're going to go for a low cannon here. And it's going to be tower down. And we have the surviving cannon up, so he doesn't really want to push into my lane. He can go in with Hogs and Fireball, but we're going to have Goblinstein ready. That was such nice recognition. Sometimes you just got to, pump the gas, and that's definitely what we did in that circumstance right there. I'm actually going to go like this. I know he'll probably take the Fireball, but by the time he Fireballs, this push is pretty much already going to be dead. And this ability will take care of the Flying Machine as well. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. So we really only need to defend like one more push and we're going to be okay. I'm going to wait, let my Doctor die, and then drop recruits. He messed that Flying Machine up. It went in front. Oh, no, he didn't. Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. But even so, it's like going to be really difficult for him to break through. If we spread everything out and don't give him spell value, his entire push is pretty much going to get decimated. So even though he went for the arrows, it's not going to be enough for him to break through kind of this wall of spam that you can build up. When you play this deck, dude, it's like you can just park the bus. Wow, and really bad Flying Machines or really bad cannon carts because the Flying Machine didn't lock on. But you can just see how easy that first match was. Great game, easy win. We'll see you in the next match. All right, into our next match here. I feel like that last match kind of goes to show how effortless this deck can be at times, especially if you're in like mid-ladder or lower, like Ultimate Champion area. Like, these decks are really difficult. We're not Ultimate Champion now because the season just started, but like generally, like this deck is very, very strong. And we see he's rocking the Cannoneer. Cannoneer, I don't think got touched in the balance changes. Dagger Duchess got a small buff, but Cannoneer did not. I'm actually going to do this. I know it looks weird, but I want my Dart Goblin to like live. Okay, Dart Goblin very much lives, and he spent a lot of elixir there. Between the Doctor and the Bowler, 10 elixir. So This cannon's going to do work on defense. If he pops the ability, yeah, he does pop the ability. We're still going to be fine on defense. I'm not worried about it at all. We're going to go for a Stein of our own and then a low cannon card just to help out with this graveyard. Cannon card actually has a pretty fast fire rate, so it'll help clean up that entire graveyard. Shouldn't have enough elixir to go in for a poison or anything, so yeah, it's going to be nice. Wow, great damage on both fronts. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go guards and then have my Dart Goblin ready. See what he does here. Okay. Nice. Okay, I was waiting because I had a feeling he was going to bats. Nice. That's going to be GG's. I mean, he's out of elixir. Cannon card is tanking. Yeah. He even said well played. I agree. I think that was incredibly well played. So that's most likely going to be a good game, and we're not even, what? We're not even double elixir yet. So, yeah, I mean, I'll show you how to defend. We'll see if they throw in the tower, but, like, bro has barely touched my tower. If you play against Cannoneer, you can just see how strong this deck is. Like, all of the spam units that you have, it's effectively just GG's. So, he's not going to give up, and I'm going to give him the credit, you know, the good player credit that he probably still can bring this back. So, I'm going to go like that. Have my arrows hovered in case he goes for any strong support. Get ready for the graveyard. We'll see what he does. He does go for the graveyard. I'm going to go guards off to the side because if he pops the ability, it won't really accomplish much. And you can see here, yeah, a decent amount of graveyard chip, actually. That's more graveyard damage than I would have liked to give my opponent, but it is what it is. We're going to have a nice counter push, so it's really not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Okay. I'm gonna go Dart Goblin here because the Dart Goblin will like splash onto everything. Look at that Dart Goblin poison cloud. So strong. And once again, just gonna go for a cannon because, you know, pretty obvious that he's probably setting up for a graveyard. Immediately arrows because I want to just DPS down this monster so it's like pout ability radius is nowhere near my tower, and you can see it's not going to be anywhere near my tower. I'm going to go for recruits here just to like dissuade him from going in. Like this lane is closed, right? You ain't coming through this lane. I'm not going to allow such a thing. And he goes for arrows. We're going to go for low cannon here. And you can see nothing is really going to cross the bridge in time. And he spent all his money on that. He won't be able to really go for a graveyard with enough time left in the match to bring it back. So we're going to say good game. Easy match against graveyard. It's kind of thematic of this deck. We'll see you in the next game. All right, up here against Sandro is probably how you'd say it. And I've just, the experience that I've had with the Evo Dart Goblin has been nothing but positive. Like, compared to the Rune Giant, I've noticed some difficulties in using Rune Giant. Like, a lot of the setups, because it's only every third hit, are very difficult, as opposed to the degree of difficulty of using the Evo Dart Goblin. It's just a little easier. We're going to go like this to try and snipe this building down and support our, what's it called? Our Dart Goblin and our Cannon Cart, which locks onto the tower, and now I know my man is hating his life. Ooh, I thought Dart Goblin was going to live. Not a bad set of interactions for us. We will have to defend his counter push, though, but with recruits, anything is possible. We'll see if he supports this. Yeah, he does. That makes sense. That's totally the right play. I'm actually going to go like this, and I don't think the ability takes this out. Oh, 1 HP Cannon Cart. You hate to see it. I was trying to make it so that way like the Cannon Cart didn't lock onto my tower, but nonetheless, the damage is neutralized. The nerfs that are happening to Goblinstein are like really not that significant from what I've seen. Like just the Doctor's hits points are getting affected. They didn't even touch the ability, which is like that was the whole problem, was the ability. Really good battle ram by my opponent, I guess, recognizing that I didn't have the elixir to defend it. I mean, he was right for sure. We're gonna go in though. You know, when you play this game and you play this deck, you gotta crack an egg to make an omelet. So we're gonna go like this, and he's gonna pretty much eat that entire barrel, yeah, until he goes for last second arrows. So net, we've definitely dealt, well, he's dealt more damage, but he's dealt the damage between two towers. So, you know, when you're playing this deck, I'm super fine with that. It's usually only a 1-tower game. You don't super want to go to a 2-tower situation with this deck. We're gonna cannon really low, pull this as far as possible, and then just go for low guards on this Goblin Brawler. Cannon's gonna help out. We're gonna go for low Dart Goblin. Nice. That was a weird battle ram. I think he thought that it wasn't gonna pull, but it did pull. We're gonna go like this. This will be awkward for him to defend. As soon as this dashes, we're gonna pop the ability, and we're gonna go for barrel. Ooh, that ability, dude. See, that's what I'm talking about. It does so much damage. He's gonna go arrows, so we're gonna go guards. Come on, push it up, push it up, push it up. Yeah. He's gonna be able to defend this, but just barely, I think. Oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to defend it. Okay, we're just going to set up our own cannon cart. And we're almost inside of arrows range, 93. Yeah, 93. We are in arrows range. So there's really no way that I lose from this position with the amount of time that is on the clock. So GG's to this guy. I mean, I like his deck, but our deck was just a little bit better. All right, I'm going to go for the arrows now. And go for the low guards. So again, really like just not that hard of a deck to use, man. Like you don't see me making crazy reads or plays. This deck kind of just plays itself. GG's. We'll see you in the next match. I'm here against Skyler, and I know I'm talking a lot about balance changes. The final balance changes go live, I think today being the 7th, or it's like the 7th or the 8th, they have their final balance changes. So if you haven't seen those already, definitely check them out. I know exactly what deck my opponent is playing. Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen this movie before, unfortunately. So we're going to go low recruits here. It's like Goblin, Curse, Rage, Suspicious Bush, Barrel. I think the key to this like deck, this matchup, is not getting overwhelmed and like trusting in your offense and trusting in your defense and like not defending with swarms. I feel like is like the biggest thing, because like if you defend a barrel with swarms, you're just gonna get destroyed, and we're gonna get good recruit damage over there. Nice. He had a really good start, but now that I know what deck he's running, like I think we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna go for a cannon here. I can't defend with guards though. That's the thing, is like usually you can't defend with like Goblin Gang or Skeletons on the barrel, but like because I have guards and recruits, like the Goblin Curse doesn't really do anything to them. So it's a whole lot of yapping. See, like this is fine. You can't do anything about that. And he does have to defend them. I'm actually gonna go split lane and have my arrows ready. Nice. Yeah, see, look at that. He just spent 4 elixir on that, and that doesn't even like provide any counter push, and he still needs to defend the guards. Don't eat those guards, man. Come on. Oh, guards do so good against his deck. Like, genuinely, they do amazing. Wow, that did so much damage. Okay. Like I said, I need to refrain from playing, what's it called? Troops. So we're just going to do this, and then go high Dart Goblin, and just kind of eat this up. He has Dart Goblin as well, but our Dart Goblin should take care of his. Okay, that's great arrows value. And that's GG's. Good game, man. I mean, I like the deck. I really do, but it's just so cheesy, and like against a good player, it's like cheese doesn't really work. I know there's someone who runs this deck at top ladder, and they're like really, really good. But it's just a hard deck to play well, man. It really is. So he threw in the towel, so we're just going to, you know, politely take his tower. No need to BM. Let's just make sure that we get this tower here. Yeah. GG's. Tough deck that he's running, but it is what it is. Evo Dart Goblin, Goblin Sign, Evo Recruits are too good. So we're going to hold that dub, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. All right, up here against Cave Arena. Rockin' Mega Knight in their banner. Maybe they're a Mega Knight player, maybe they're not. If you're feeling like a degenerate, you can totally just go Royal Recruits first play, kind of like this. It's not recommended because it's 7 elixir, but I see people get away with it all the time. So, like I said, if you're feeling it, we're gonna go like this once the shields come off, and see if we can bait out a spell or something like that. Yeah, nice. Okay, he used his arrows. Cool with me. Arrows, Dark Prince. Maybe it's like a weird Electro Giant deck or something. Okay, it's gonna be awkward for me. Could be pigs. I don't know what it is. We'll see if they pop the ability. I'm sure they will. Wow, perfectly timed guards. That was kind of risky. I was like trying to delay it, so obviously that didn't get on my tower, but that was just not a fun game. Okay, so Bats, Dark Prince. Nothing's ringing out to me. It does seem like he might have a lightning, though. We'll find out right here. Maybe if he has a lightning. No, Mega Knight. Okay. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, I'm just going to put a cannon. I know it looks weird, but I threaten a King Tower activation if I have a cannon in this position, because I can just pull this closer with like a Dart Goblin. I don't even know if it'll have enough HP to do that, so I'm just going to do this instead. Nice, and he cycled a Dark Prince, so that's actually huge for us. Mega Knight will be so close that he won't jump, I don't think. Oh, he does jump. Okay. I really like this play. I think I'm just going to ignore everything and just go in right here, because that's how you play this deck, it seems like. Yeah. And Clash Royale. That's like depressing, but like it feels good at the same time. But like, come on, man. Like, what did he even do wrong? I don't even, like, I couldn't even like look you in the eye and be like, yeah, like he blew it. I guess he cycled that dark prince when he shouldn't, quote unquote, shouldn't have. But even then, bro, was it that bad? Apparently it was. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go like this because I wanna activate King Tower. Okay, this guy's crazy. Dude, that defense, mwah, chef's kiss. Pull. The reason I put the Dart Goblin there was to pull that to the King Tower, and we did manage to pull it to the King Tower, and we defended that graveyard perfectly. So, honestly, this is one of the best games that I've played with this deck, so I'm really proud about it. I'm just going to block Bridge here, and then if he goes in for the graveyard, we have low Dart Goblin, and we have guards to spread everything out from the graveyard, and we have King Tower activated, so completely dismantled this player with this deck. It is so strong. Give it a try. We'll see you in the next game. Alright, up here against 6 Alexis. Hopefully this like video is helping you just like kind of understand some of the placements or some of the ways that you can defend, some of the starting plays. Ooh, darn it, my recruits do not defend this, I don't think. Dang, that interaction sucks because it like took the shields off of my recruits too, so they don't even get like a full counter push. What in tarnation? He's probably going to defend this just fine. Yeah, rip. Okay. Already right off the bat, just like a super unorthodox deck. I don't know. Minor, Skarmy, something. Skarmy is one of those cards that I just like stopped seeing. Like once I moved out of like mid ladder, it's like I don't really see like a lot of Skarmy, but okay. Okay, this time we waited for the wall breakers. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I don't think so. So it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna try and cheese him here. Nice. Beautiful cheese. See how I had arrows ready? Again, same thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Can't put the blame on you. Okay, he might pop the ability. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if he does. I feel like it wouldn't be a great play to go for it personally. We're going to go barrel in the back here. Doesn't have Skarmy. Let's see if he has arrows. I feel like he will have arrows. Goes for the fireball, but eats the whole Dart Goblin. So, super cheesy deck. Need to watch out for the Mother Witch, but not really. Like, nothing in my deck really gives too much Mother Witch value. Need to watch out for the minor wall breakers, all of that cheese. Okay, we're gonna go Goblinstein. I'm gonna split it so the monster kind of clogs this lane. He doesn't even know that I have a cannon too, so if he goes for the Evo wall breakers, I can just go for the cannon. And he's leaking somewhat. This will keep my doctor healthy so that I can pop the ability in the future. We're gonna wait, and we are gonna pop the ability, and just like that, we already get value. That 2 elixir ability, we already get so much value from it. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to go for an early cannon. I'm just going to take my damage and move on. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, that cannon didn't do anything. Bro, what? That cannon was supposed to do something. I guess I placed it 1 tile too low and too far to the right. I don't know. That's on me, I guess. Alright, I'm going to go like this because I think he's going to scar me. So I want the Dart Goblin to like take care of it all. Nah. No, not really. Not the way that we needed it to. We're going to get some barrel damage. Cannon cart might lock. Nah, he has too much spam. We tried, though. Now Cannon's in a spot where it'll pull. I need a Goblinstein because I need to clog this lane if he decides to go in with like a minor wall breakers or anything. And I'll pop this ability right away. And just like the good boy I am, I'm going to spam this lane. Maybe I should have arrowed. I don't know. Cannon's still surviving. Yeah, I don't think those are breaking through. My guy. I need to make sure that the Mother Witch doesn't get value here. Let's go like this and have arrows ready for a Skarmy when it drops. Like here. Skarmy gonna come down. Oh, and we hit the Skarmy. We hit the Skarmy. GG's. GG's. We were super ready for that. We activated King Tower, but we were so ready. That was the only thing you really had in hand for it. So huge last play to secure the dub. See you in the next game. All right, into likely our last match of the video. Been having a lot of fun with this deck, but, you know, I feel like it's making me... I'm not going to say it's making me a worse player, but it's just, it's interesting. I'm going to go like this. Okay, I thought it was going to snipe it. Nah, whatever. It's fine. I'm going to go for low recruits. I don't, right off the bat, I can't think of exactly what this deck could be, but what I do know is I'm going to do this and try and be as annoying as possible. Okay, let's wait on the ability. We're going to wait on the ability. I want the cannon card. Okay, now I need to pop the ability. He kind of forced my hand there. Alright, that was perfect. We got damage. Well, we didn't really get that much damage onto the tower, but he said well played. I definitely know he's being sarcastic. I know it wasn't well played. But it is what it is. I'm going to go in with the barrel here. It kind of looks like he's running Golem, which means I should have known he had a tornado. So that was my fault. So yeah, going to be up here against Golem. More than likely it's going to be Golem, but we'll see. Alright, got to drop my cannon cart here. And the pancake tower should tell me that it is some sort of beatdown, and indeed it is. Okay, we're going to try and like bait out his NATO here. So we're going to go like this. Oh, wow. That was a really good play by him. I'm not even going to cap. I'm not even going to cap. That was a really good play. He like predicted my Dart Goblin, so that's not fun for me. Nice. Well played, dude. Well, that was really well played. That interaction could have gone really bad, though, if my Dart Goblin sniped his troop, but whatever. Guards here. Just keep this off my tower. No, I'm not really in a great situation right now, but I'm going to go recruits in the back. Yeah, there's the Golem. I had a feeling. His Evo Electro Dragon is going to eat us up, though. That's like one of the main problems that we have right now. So I'm gonna go like this to force him to like spend in the opposite lane. You know what I mean? Like I need him to spend not in the Golem lane. Dark Goblin's getting a ton of value. We're gonna wait on the ability as well. I think he might lightning this. No, dude, Dark Goblin just ate up that man, and he has to go for a bar barrel, so I'm gonna go in for this Goblin barrel here. Cannon's still alive. We just dismantled that man's Golem push. Feels good. I'll pop this ability because it'll take care of skeleton dragons for only 2 elixir, and it'll get good chip on the tower. So, okay, really good defense. I'm sure it worked. Fair enough. Cage is gonna fall. I'm gonna do this to keep my Dart Goblin healthy, and we're gonna go barrel like this. And his deck is just so expensive. I feel like that's part of the reason Golem decks have been struggling. Is they're too costly, man. Like they cost too much elixir. At least a lot of the time, they cost a lot of elixir. Like man hasn't even really gotten to go in for a push because it's so expensive and so difficult to defend. When you play against Golem, you need to utilize split lane pressure, kind of like I'm doing right now. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna do this. Like I said. So expensive for him to have to try and defend. Like he's at the point too where he can't even really go in for a Golem, because if he goes in for a Golem, like I'm just gonna spam him and probably win. Maybe he can go in for like a Golem at the bridge or something like that. I don't know. I feel like that's like all he can maybe do. But when you get to this position against Golem, you really shouldn't lose. It should like almost feel like a checkmate situation, because like it's such an elixir investment to go for a Golem that like they're gonna lose. Like, you know what I mean? So once you're in this position, it's checkmate, and you can see here there's really nothing he could do. If he went in for a Golem, he would have spammed him and he would have lost. So tough matchup for him, but just goes to show why this deck is so strong. I'm gonna hold that last dub, and I'll see you in the outro. And that's going to do it for today's video. This is the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot. I'll also put the link to this deck in the YouTube description as well, so you can just open it inside of the app. But give this deck a try. Evo Dart Goblin is crazy. Evo Recruits are crazy even after the nerf. Every card in this deck so broken. This deck is really easy to use, you know, beginning of the season. If you want to push up into some of the higher leagues, this deck will help get you there. So give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace!